Hi, this is Javier Vidal, and I am a solutions engineer at Atlassian. Today, I'm going to be talking about Jira Work Management, and this is because 2 years ago, I was preparing for an interview for a position at Atlassian, and I had to deliver a presentation about Jira. I have been using Jira and Confluence for many years, but I didn't want to deliver the demo or a presentation around managing a software project. There are many of those around. So I based my presentation around the planning and execution of the Alcatraz Escape with the help of Jira. The reason for this is that a few months earlier, I have been visiting the Alcatraz Island in San Francisco with my family, and I was quite amazed by the planning and execution that the inmates that escaped the prison. So I think that most of you are probably familiar with the story about the escape, but for those who don't, here's a very quick summary. So on June 1962, 3 inmates, the brothers Clarence and John Anglin, Frank Morris, they broke out of their cells in the main Alcatraz building and departed the island on an inflatable raft. Much has been written about their escape, and until today, we don't really know if they failed and perished in the bay or if they were successful and managed to escape to Brazil. What we know is that this was one of the most ingenious prison breaks of all time and an extraordinary example of teamwork and diligent planning. The inmates had to plan their work and execute it with very basic tools, with limited resources and no agile certifications. 60 years later, I have recreated the planning of the escape with the help of Jira Work Management. Just a brief introduction to Jira Work Management. It represents an evolution of Jira to enable business teams to manage their work. For example, the human resources team, they might need to keep track of applicants, onboarding and offboarding activities. Finance team, they might need to keep track of expenses and revenues. Marketing team might need to track campaigns, events, and so on. With Jira Work Management, you get a variety of templates for some of the most common business projects. You can create input forms within seconds to collect requests, and you can also create custom workflows and automations without really any need for coding. Finally, you have more than 500 integrations and over 3,000 marketplace apps. And now let's move into the demo. Okay, so let's start talking about with an overview of the general features of the product so that you get a good understanding of what it can do for you and your team. With Jira Work Management, you can start a project from any of the many templates available. If you click on Create Project, we will look into the templates. And we have templates from project management to recruitment, procurement, sales, email campaigns, and so on. So we don't have a template for prison escape yet, but this is Jira. So basically, you can use any of the system templates and modify the workflows, the issue types, or the existing fields according to your needs. When that we have a project, like in my case, the Alcatraz Escape project, then you can start working on that. Just another view of the common menus within Jira. First one, you have the Your Work menu. Here you have like the quick accesses or the recent tasks that you have been working on. Also, the last words, boards and queues that you were using. And then you have also the projects menu. Here's where you can you have an overview of the existing projects and also the filters menu that are usually helpful to filter data for reports, dashboards, and so on. The dashboards, here is where you can look into the reports and diagrams within your project. Finally, in the people menu, here you can look and access your collaborators and the teams that you are often working with. If you are familiar with Jira software, the main change that we have in the UI is that you can notice that there are 4 different view links on the left side. So you have the traditional board view, the one that we are looking into right now. Then you have 3 additional ones, the list board, list, calendar, and timeline. So let's have a look into these boards to understand how they are different from each other. The board view displays the columns according to the statuses defined in the workflow. So in this project, we have the 3 traditional statuses, the to-do, in progress, done. So you can move tasks around according to the state. And if you want to, you can also move the order of the columns. You can search for a specific topics. For example, if I search for wall, I will look into all the tasks related to dig in the wall. And you can also apply different filters. So, for example, if I want to see which tasks are assigned to me, I can select them here. We can also work on the data that is displayed on each of the tasks. And if I want to, I can create one task directly from here. For example, what needs to be done? I might need to get a hammer from the workshop. So now the task is here. If I want to add more data, more fields into this, here I have like a rich text editor when I can start working on the details. The list view is the next one, and this is especially useful for those of you that enjoy working with a spreadsheet. So the tasks appear all in one vertical list. And you can adjust and update any of the fields in the list dynamically and create also new items. You can also modify any of the existing fields. For example, I can change the priority of this one or the due date, or I can assign this task to a different inmate. No? As I was saying, you can also apply the common filters that we saw before, or even group the tasks by different categories. For example, by the assignee. Let's now move into the board view, into the calendar view. But before that, we're going to change the background color of the system. So the calendar view, I think, is pretty much self-explanatory. You can cycle between the different months here. You can go into a specific day to look into all the tasks for that day. And you can also apply filters as in the other views. The timeline, however, is pretty much very different. Here we have a Gantt diagram that displays the start and end dates for the different tasks, and also the dependencies between them. So you can easily change the dates for a specific task, and you can also create dependencies among the tasks just by dragging and dropping the line here. Also, if in the future I don't need this dependency anymore, I'm able to delete it also right from here. In the timeline view, you can also display the hierarchy of the nested tasks. For example, here, this build a rough task has like different subtasks attached to it, so we can visualize them here. And also, what I can do with this within this view is create an export, so an image of the Gantt diagram, and this can be used, for example, for my project documentation. Okay. We are finished with the views now. Let's move now into the forms, which is actually an exclusive feature of Jira Work Management. And it allows you to create tasks without needing to log into Jira. So forms are easily created in the form editor. Here you can drag and drop different fields within the forms also. You can rearrange them if you need to. And you can add like content to the different fields with the rich text editor, for example, and even able to add some emojis to it. Once that the form is ready, I can go and preview it. And directly from here, I am able to share this link with my colleagues, and they will be able to start creating tasks directly from this form without needing to log into Jira. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about are reports. The report section is common with Jira software. You have many options for creating reports here, so many templates available. One report that may be interesting for you if you're a kind of a project manager is the time tracking report. Here, you can see the total progress of the project. We click on that, and you can visualize the original, the current time estimates, and also you can see what is the project's progress and what is the accuracy of your estimations. Also related to reports are dashboards. For example, we have this Alcatraz Escape dashboards. In dashboards, you can visualize the different reports, diagrams. They are actually called gadgets. So you can add different gadgets into your dashboards, and you can share these dashboards with your colleagues, or even display them in an office monitor. Finally, last thing I want to talk about is ability to connect with, for example, to integrate with other tools. In this case, with Confluence. Now, I have added different links to Confluence pages. For example, this one is about San Francisco Bay currents and tides. Here I have put some information about these currents that will be useful for the escape day. And another link that I have added is like meeting notes. No, Confluence has like a number of available templates, and you can use those templates for your project management needs. Okay, so this is all. I hope that you enjoyed this demo and continue enjoying the presentations in Atlassian Team 22. Thank you very much.